Butler.
Just to complete that centre clearance story, the West Coast, when they lose the centre clearance, they're the hardest side to score against. So their back line certainly underpins their ability to go full-on attack at centre clearances.
Hill took the mark, short to Lycett. Well worked, West Coast. And they can punch this lead out to 10 points. Got the late call up, Scott Lycett, with Nick Naitanui withdrawing. Just a one-week injury for Naitanui, we're told. Second game for Lycett, and shows some poise there. West Coast by 10. Down to Bastanak, to Harvey, to Swallow. Forced to backtrack. Torpedo to half forward. Tough for Petrie and McKenzie. We missed last week with an ear infection. Lost his balance a bit last week and wasn't able to take his place in the team. Has been good again today. Finds Prentice running on the wing. Sold the dummy there. Gaff. Back again. Brennan. First gamer. Lynch. Gaff. They've opened them up. Hill's in the pocket. Goes up. Can't mark. Back of the pack. Darling has barely seen it. 16 points. Biggest lead of the game.
If he's out of action, he's still got to push back hard.
Farito. Anthony. Again to the top of the square. Edwards can't get the run at it. And a good strong grab from Brennan.
And as he's in front, Hill has to come over the top and get the ball to ground.
Middle to Wells. Good Clark, not paid. Swallow. Back into play. Cox, he took that out of the air. Just got it away in time. Shuey, the steal. To the wing. Darling needs to go. Collects.
Shizzy was right out of the box here. Read that really well.
Rose of the runner. Harper right with him. Ball to the back. Hearn, the danger man, takes them on, sizes them up from 50 to get the lead back. That could be the fire starter for the West Coast. And Adam Selwood could well be subbed out of this game.
Oh, brilliant.
Shuey on the run. The Superman. Another bounce. He looks up and sees the big sticks. It's long, it's strong. It's punched through.
They've activated the sub, sorry, Jared. Brad Shepherd into the game. He's just taken the green vest off.
Thanks, Jacko. Kick into Harper. McKenzie. Harper got a hand on it. Kerr hit it running to McKenzie. Little 1-2 with Rosa. And down to the top of the square. Lycett's there. Crushed by Delaney, but he knocked it down to Hill, who pounces.
That was a fantastic goal by Josh Hill, because when McKenzie kicked the ball in long, he was the player who had led up at the ball carrier. Was able to then turn his direct opponent around and be first back to the goal square.
11-14 to 11-2. It's really close to that line, does Farito.
Edwards, not an unrealistic leap, so no free. Anthony pulled up there. He allowed Glass to come and get it to Scott Selwood, to Rosa, Scott Selwood. Butler twists, sees the option. McGinnity, close to a full house here at Patterson Stadium. Short throw in, McIntosh attacked it, got there first. Shuey tries to pull a high one, and does. It's played on to Rosa. Let me show you a replay of that tackle that he, first time he's had a look at them in 2012. Again from the paint. Strikes it nicely. Strikes it perfectly. 19 points the margin in the shadows of three-quarter time. Players know the siren's imminent. 32 minutes gone on the clock. Harper can't trap it. Cunnington does. High to the square. Time enough for a mark. Edwards can't gather. McKenzie shovels it out. Tarrant, they need a kick at goal. Swallows smothered across the boundary. And with 16 seconds left on the clock, we'll get a ball in.
It's an essential skill. Some are better at it than...
Time enough for a Palmer to kick. Petrie, Cox, Shepherd. It's building all right. This one is on the bubble. 13 points the margin at three-quarter time. They've come back from this deficit twice already to grab the lead, North Melbourne, in this game. Three-quarter time, Patterson Stadium, full house. 87 plays 74. West Coast by 13. trying to get the opening clearance to start this final term, but Swallow gives it to the sub. Aaron Muller just on for the Kangaroos to half forward. Off some hands, Brennan.
And Mullen, who can link up, who can create some good pressure with the fresh legs.
Scott Selwood to Marston. Darling wants it long. It's short to Hill instead. Good hands.
She said good hands.
Tucked up against the boundary line.
Is that out of bounds?
No, the ball itself has to touch the post. So high again, and again they pull a high free by shaking the tackle up. For a 3-goal lead. He's going for the banana. He bends it, and bends it well. Dazzling. Straight through the middle, and they lead by 19.
Well, it's a long way home from here, Jono, for the Kangaroos.
To McMillan. Petrie's at half forward. Needs to be a good kick, and it is. Petrie got an arm slap. Harper collects. There's no one in the square. Wells is feeding for it. He goes for Pedersen instead. He needs to get the skates on. Marston comes at him. Hearn comes at him. Adams on 50. Feeds it back to Bastanak. He's down. He's hurt. Wells, pocket. Can't mark it. And the ball rolls out of play.
Get him running around and try and spread from a contest for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Glass to Marston to Hill on the run. Good hands again and driven. After the mark. Hearn. Lyset is there. McIntosh gathers, gives to Bastanak. He's still got a little left in the tank. McIntosh, Ferrito feeds it wide. Well worked. Little chip kick was okay, although Edwards feeding for it by Hearn. Handball's back to go forward. Long kick from Atley. West Coast with the numbers. Good fist from Pedersen. Knocked it down to make a contest. Swallow gets there but falls. Coming hard. Brennan the other way. Still alive. Swallow gets it back to McMillan. He's got Lindsay Thomas. He needs to get the skates on to get there. It bounces kindly. Waters right with him. Could have tapped it through. Keeps it in.
Well done.
Absolutely brilliant play from the defence. They had the extra man, the Eagles, but they still won the ball back.
He's right with him. Selwood. Shuey. Hams, and he can get and go. Hill's calling for it long. He's got the short in Darling. Uses the body. Plucks it. Could go for home. Floats it up. Hill in position 1A. Marks. And that could be 50. It won't matter. He'll kick it from the top of the square.
Once again, the extra player in defence for the Eagles established this counter-attack forward. And brilliant work from Shuey. He's having a good last quarter. Sets it up.
Well, it might not be over, but they've got their foot on their throat right now. 26 points the lead. Toss down to Bastanak, who hasn't given it up. Pedersen on the run. Waters again gets a fist in. Waters again using the ball well by foot. Back in board. Now the #1 team for using the ball by foot this year. It's hard to believe they were the worst in the comp 2 years ago. Shepherd from 50. He's got a fresh leg. Came on a sub. Gives it a ride. It's long. It's there. And the West Coast Eagles are home.
Well, Jared, you called for Goldstein to play this week. That didn't eventuate. You'd think next week he'd be given to come back in.
Well, they've got a big 4 or 5 weeks coming up, the Kangaroos, as most sides have, to be honest. There's a lot of good sides in the competition.
To Marston. He looks up. He's got runners aplenty. Cox will do. Full forward, manhandled, and he'll get the free. Clock starts rolling again. They've had them down and virtually out for a couple of minutes now, the West Coast. But there's your kill shot. It'll be 6 from 6 for the West Coast in 2012.
And considering the A-graders out, you mentioned LeCras, Kennedy, major players for the Eagles in the forward line, still to have 34 shots on goal was a fantastic effort.
It is.
Pritis to Waters. Backing back Shuey. Well, no one came at him to try and make a contest. Mullet. 1 goal 2 today, Luke Shuey. Chance for his second. The full house here got their money's worth this afternoon. A tight contest. And it was a contest most of the afternoon, but they're going to see a West Coast Eagle win.
Well, whoever he goes to interview after the siren, you can guarantee that's the man.
Petrie can't get a run and jump at that again. Seconds remaining. Butler goes back to go forward. Mop up the remaining seconds. Brennan, who we told you has been good, to Waters, who's been exceptional, to Glass, who leads them brilliantly. And drives this wide as the Eagle chant rings around Patterson Stadium. McKenzie back into the lineup, one of their 5 changes today. But right now, the West Coast Eagles are unbeatable. They're 6 from 6. They're outright top of the AFL ladder, the only unbeaten team in the competition after 6 rounds. A 25-point victory at home against North Melbourne, who gave them a big run for their money. 17-18, 120 to 15-5, 95.
Certainly have, contrary to what you guys think, that I don't like forwards, only go to the backman. Joshy, fantastic game, 4 goals, you must be wrapped.
Oh, mate, it was a great performance all around by the boys. The pressure was just fantastic. You know, the press, we all worked hard to get those goals, and yeah, it all paid off, so good win. Talk
about yourself. I mean, 4 years at the Kangaroo, much talked about your time there. You've got an opportunity, sorry, the Bulldogs, much talked about the opportunities you've got now, and obviously the Crown Kennedy go down. Your leadership, you've really stood up in this part of the year already.
Yeah, well, all the boys have been great, you know, like they've been great for me. Even Coxie talking to me down there, we have a bit of a laugh, and yeah, he's just a great bloke. You know, they're all role models in themselves, and yeah, it's just a great bunch of blokes.
Talk about the team, 6-0. You got challenged a few times by the Kangaroos, really went at you, but you just seem to go another level. There must be a real belief, deep-seated in this side, that no matter what the situation, we can win the game.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like the boys feel the pressure, and we just step up to it every time, you know, and come back, and yeah, we just come out and fall for the crowd and get the win. So,
well done, mate. I can see you enjoy it. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Been an impressive performance, Josh Hill. The change is as good as a holiday, and he's played every game since crossing from the Western Bulldogs. They traded him for pick 49, and right now the West Coast Eagles will be pretty happy with the deal. Full time here at Patterson Stadium in front of a full house. Round 6 is over. We'll be back to wrap it up though. A 25-point victory for the West Coast Eagles.